Whew. Well, y'all, I've been busy, but I gotta end up, so I bought some of these things. I didn't get the good brass ones, I just got the cheap ones for now because I needed 3 of them. And I got my new sprayer. I got this the other day, but it's been raining, so I haven't used it yet. Anyways, I'll show you what I've been working on. Hey, Josephine. So, I gotta set up my hose finally because we had some rain clouds roll in. By the way, my willows aren't doing good. My better willows that I took the leaves off of are doing okay though. I kind of knew how that was gonna work out, but it's alright. But anyways, the rain clouds rolled in earlier and like faked me out, and they dropped these big fat raindrops for like 2 minutes and then they were gone. So I've been busy planting stuff. So even of this stuff that I have over here, some of this is getting given away. But there are still a few things that I need to plant in here. Like I haven't put any mugwort, feverfew, chamomile, catnip in the ground yet. And then I'm going to plant some blue hyssop and some mad dog skullcap. But today I was working on getting my clearance plants in the ground that I had picked up, because these 4 here are salvia, and I had picked these up for $2.50 each. And they're a named variety, but I believe the salvia are not patented. They're just, the name is trademarked. And so it's fine as long as I don't use the name, even if I took cuttings. I think I gotta look into it. These are Speedwell, and these, I can't remember if these are patented. I'd have to look. I have to think about, I gotta check. These might be patented, but I gotta check, because what it is a patented plant. You have to pay a licensing fee if you want to take cuttings, if you want to propagate from cuttings. Otherwise, you just have to propagate from seed. And the cool thing is if you grow enough and then you get some strange one, you can like give it a name. But anyways, so I had 7 of those come in. These were in the shade in the nursery, so the flowers have gone away on the salvias for now. That's a patented ice plant, so that I'm not going to be able to take cuttings of, but I wanted something a little cheerful that would spread. And I'm going to get a different kind of ice plant, and I'm just going to make some ice plant babies and see what I end up with. I got some Scotch Irish moss over there. I got some Stonecrop over there. I put in, back behind this tall grass, I put in a Body perennial celery, so that I'll have one that's a little bit more visible, even though I have those ones in the back. I got this thingamabobber that was full. It was like completely jam-packed full of hens and chicks, which I love. I have just thought these were magical since I was a little girl, and I still think they're magical. But this whole thing was, I mean, I don't know if I can show you. It was just like, it was overflowing with these things. So out of that one $9.74 pack, I have got 4 pretty decent sized clumps going of the hens and chicks, and they're going to be able to spread. And some of them are putting out these little babies, and they're like trying to put down roots. And so those are great, and I love them. So I got 4 clumps of those. And again, it is a little crazy in here with all my plantain and stuff, but it's going to be a while. And like, I'm not going to be putting anything here because that is like getting it into Black Beauty mulberry territory in the future. Okay, that's where that's going to go. I'm going to have a couple of, I don't know if I ever posted the video that I went into this because my export wasn't working because I had some issues with some control freaks. But anyways, so Black Beauty mulberry, I'm going to have 2 black-leafed elderberries. I'm going to try to get a red dragon contorted filbert. If it's not patented, I got to look into that one a little bit more. And that is just going to fill this out. I'm going to get some tree peonies. And then, well, I don't want to talk about it yet, but I'll show you guys when it blooms someday. I haven't ordered it, but there was something special that I was going to pick up eventually. But anyways, I was planting over here. And then over here, this is just kind of crazy. It's just like up in the grass, and this grass isn't going to get too tall, but I got to water these. So I've got 3 clumps of Valerian that have like a couple, there's actually like 5 plants in 3 clumps, 5 or 6 plants, but I couldn't separate them anymore. I got 4 Pushkarmool. I've got I've got 5 Verbascum. Eventually, I'm going to just stick like some mugwort somewhere. It's just going to get stuck somewhere because I need to get it in the ground. I just wanted to show you. So my motherwort, I had a situation because when a raccoon sees ground that's been freshly dug, I think it thinks that a squirrel has buried a nut there, and so it'll dig it up. So earlier, a while ago, I did have one of my motherwort plants get dug up by like a raccoon or something out of its little dirt pile, but I put it back in, and it seems to have recovered all right, because that's been a few days ago. That was this little one, got dug up, and it was just like hanging off in the ground, but we'd gotten rain and stuff, so it was still kicking it. But these are still just hanging out. You know, this is going to be kind of a more naturalized area, so I'm going to just manage this as I need to. I do want to water these too, but I have all sorts of new stuff that I just stuck in the ground that I got to water. And so I need to go ahead and get my hose situation fixed up. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys what I've been getting up to over here, and this is not necessarily where I wanted these to go, but it's going to work because realistically I'm just not going to be able to get these down towards the bottom or anything. And I will end up putting some of my Mad Dog Skullcrop in here, and some of these want like more moisture, so they would have done better down at the bottom of the hill. But I've decided that instead of starting my dug-in waterfowl house into the hillside to get my dirt from my pond, since I'm going to do like a raised pond over there, it's like going to be more like a watering hole because it's not going to be very deep. But the overflow for that pond is all going to be flowing down here. And then even though I put like more of a divot here, it's not very deep, and I can go up to 2 foot deep before I have to get a permit for a pond. So I won't max out at the 2 foot, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to like, I'll leave a little bit of a ledge here. And then I'll just like angle it down, because the thing is like over in this area, I really want to make sure that my mower can get through just fine. So it's going to be just like a gentle kind of like slopey thing that is just going to catch all that extra water when it's coming through. Because I have some periods where this area gets a whole lot of water, and I'm going to be funneling all the water off of this side of the roof. It's going to be coming over here. So it's still a lot of work, but I figure since I need some dirt for my raised pond, I'm just gonna go ahead and start this area anyways. I just gotta be careful not to make it like too steep and make sure that it's gonna work out for my mower. And I have to like check it out, because eventually what's gonna happen is there's gonna be like a little, it's gonna look, I want it to look kind of like a little creek with rocks eventually. And so it's gonna come down, and it's gonna, I might even put the pond liner in it and line it with rocks, but it's going to come down a little bit so that my mower can still get over it, the car can still get over it. But then when there's water flowing, it's going to flow through this little rocky area and basically be some like hardscaping. And then it's going to like come past this little bed, and then it's going to mosey down here, and then it's going to flow all through this little divoted area. And then part of the problem is like I definitely don't want to drain it off to the farmer's field, because sometimes I already have drainage issues. So I'm going to just drain it into my creek. And over here where the elevation kind of comes up a little bit more, I am probably just going to have to, I don't know, I might not put a French drain in that's hidden, but I might, and just have it buried so that I don't have to do some weird ditch thing that's going to cause problems for my mower later down the road. Because, you know, when I first started earthworks when I got here, I had no mower working, and so I did not take that into consideration, and I buggered some stuff up that made it actually more difficult for myself to maintain the yard. So I'm trying to sort of do that. But so this area here, I'm going to have to be really careful, because I've got that internet line that comes in through here. So I have to find out how deep that is and just hand dig it real careful like. But yeah, it's going to be good, because then eventually this ditch actually doesn't get that much water compared to like the other side or some other people's ditches. Except for the flood, we were fine. This ditch is usually fine, but I'm going to put those low bush blueberries all down into my ditch, and my crazy tall asparagus, my road ditch asparagus. Okay, my Rifle River Valley cultural heritage roadside asparagus is just going to be crazy huge asparagus. But I just want to show you guys. Oh, where did they go? I was looking down here earlier, but at a different area, I suppose. And there was all sorts of little sprouts, and I don't know if it's just weed sprouts, but I put tons and tons of clover seed down in through here, and we'll just have to see how it goes. I mean, I even put some rutabagas, like I mentioned. So there is some stuff popping up. And so, I don't know. I'm hoping it's gonna be okay. I mean, even just getting this dead grass in here, it looks a little better than when it was just washed out. So, we'll see. The ditch recovery is coming along quite all right. I'm happy. Anyways, this video is already over 10 minutes. I'm gonna let y'all go. Okay, take it easy.